Welcome back to another beautiful day in the land of music. My name is Douglas, and in today's video, I'm going to be walking you through the basics of using the organ section on the Nord Stage 4, and in particular, the B3 model. Now, when I was first getting started learning about tone wheel organs in general and learning how to play organs, I was a little confused as to what do the drawbars do, what do the little numbers underneath the drawbars represent, and how does this affect the overall tone or sound of the organ that's coming out of that model. And so what you're about to watch is an edit of a few of the lessons from my Nord Stage 4 Essentials training course. If you like what you see in this video, you can grab the whole course at my website, DSoundman.com, or just click on the link in the description. And what I'm going to focus on in this video is the B3 model, how the drawbars work, how they affect the sound. I know I have some other videos on my channel where I've gone over some of this, but I wanted to specifically talk about some of the more technical aspects of the drawbars, what they represent, what they mean, as well as how they affect the sound, and including what are some of the other characteristics that we can add to our B3 organ, such as the vibrato in the chorus, as well as percussion and things like that. And we'll also talk about the rotary speaker effect and how that works, along with some of the other pieces of functionality that exist within the organ section on the Nord Stage 4. So that being said, let's jump right into it. Starting with the B3 tone wheel organ model, let's go ahead and make sure our rotary speaker effect is on. If it's not, just press on the organ button directly above the drive knob. While we're here, we're going to make sure that our speed is set to slow by tapping on this slow fast button, and make sure that stop mode is off by pressing the button so the LED is not lit. Now let's take our drawbars and set them all to the minimum setting. As I play the organ, notice how the tone of the sound changes as I bring the drawbars forward. To put it simply, you're going to find that the lower, warmer tones are on the left, and as we move to the right, we have the higher and brighter tones. One of my favorite organ settings is the first three drawbars all the way out, which gives me a nice, simple B3 sound. To get into the technical, when playing the B3 models, the harmonic intervals for the tone wheel organ are printed on the panel below the drawbars. The numbers we see represent the length of the pipe that a real pipe organ would have to produce that tone. So we have on the left 16 feet all the way to 1 feet on the right side. If we look at the coloring of the drawbars, the white drawbars relate to our octaves. The third drawbar is our fundamental note. So if we play a C note, the third drawbar is simply that C note. The fourth drawbar is a C note an octave above the note we're playing. The sixth drawbar is an octave above that. And the ninth drawbar is an octave above that. The black drawbars represent our third and fifth harmonics. You'll notice that the fifth drawbar is a fifth 1 octave above our fundamental note. The seventh drawbar is a third 2 octaves above our fundamental note, and the eighth drawbar is a fifth 2 octaves above our fundamental note. The last couple of drawbars to the left of our fundamental note, or our third drawbar, are a little funky compared to the ones to the right. The very first drawbar is 1 octave below our fundamental note. And then the second drawbar is a fifth above our fundamental note. Interestingly enough, this is the only drawbar that's a bit out of sequence, as it plays a harmonic interval higher than our fundamental note, or our third drawbar. This is how it works on a real B3 though, so it's not a bug in the Nord, it's just the way that it works. So hopefully that helps you understand a little bit more what the drawbars are doing in relation to the organ sound we play. While we're talking about the B3, let's tap on our organ type button until we get to the B3 bass model. This model provides the traditional 16-foot and 8-foot drawbars, and apart from using them on their own, they could be used on the left side of a keyboard split or controlled from an external keyboard to get your dual keyboard organ functionality. Let's switch back to the normal B3 model by tapping the model type button once, And let's learn about some of the other elements that allow us to change the sound of the B3 organ. First, let's talk about the vibrato and the chorus settings. The original vibrato and chorus scanner in a tone wheel organ consists of a modulated delay line in combination with a rotating scanner. For the vibrato effect, phase shift is applied to the signal, and for the chorus effect, the phase modulated signal is added to the original signal. There are 3 different choruses and 3 different vibratos on the B3 organ model. Let's turn on the vibrato and chorus section by tapping on the on button, and let's cycle through the different settings so you can hear the difference in how they affect our sound. Let's go ahead and turn the vibrato and chorus section off and move over to the percussion section. First, let's turn percussion on by pressing the on button. This is going to add an extra attack to the B3 sound by having a single envelope generator controlling either the second or third harmonic. We can toggle between these harmonics using the harmonic third button. The envelope opens up for a short amount of time at the beginning of the sound when you press the keys. Notice how it kind of fades off after we play that sound. In a normal B3, the percussion is a single triggered non-legato effect. Single triggered means that the percussion is only present when you hit the keys when no other note is sounding. In other words, if you play a note or a chord, and then you add more notes without releasing the previous ones, there will be no percussion effect on the new notes. You'll have to release all the keys to be able to play new notes with the percussion effect. We can also toggle between a hard and a soft percussion volume setting with the volume soft button. And we can toggle between a slow and a fast decay time with the decay fast button. Outside of the organ models themselves, there are a few common functions available within the organ section itself. The preset button is turned on by default, and this means that the drawbar, vibrato, chorus, and percussion values will reflect whatever is stored in the program that you call up. So even if the physical location of the drawbars is different, the tones are going to reflect whatever's saved in the program until we move a drawbar. If we turn this off by tapping the button, this is considered drawbar live mode, and the program called up will actually use the physical position of the drawbars instead of what's saved in the organ. When drawbar live mode is on, you'll notice that the LEDs turn off, giving us a good visual indicator that whatever we call up for a program are going to leverage the drawbars exactly the way they are. A good case for this is if you have multiple organ programs that you're using in a live set, and you end the song by pushing all the drawbars maybe back and then changing programs to start your next song. If we're in live mode, the next program we call up with those drawbars, it's going to start with them all pushed back, so that regardless of what we've saved in the program, we're starting off and we can fade those drawbars in. If you have your drawbars set and you want to change the program values to the current drawbar physical location, you can hold Shift and tap on the preset button, which is going to synchronize the values between the program and the current fader positions. The rotary speaker effect produces the rotating horn or bass rotor in a traditional Leslie speaker that you'd find being used with a B3 organ. We can turn the effect on and off by pressing the organ button right above our drive knob. To stop the rotating effect but leave the speaker on, we can tap on the stop mode button. To enable the rotating effect again, tap the stop mode button, and when the effect is on, we can switch between the slow and the fast speeds by tapping the slow and fast button. One note on the stop mode button is that if you want the angle of the rotor to stop at the same spot each time, we can hold shift and tap on that button and then use the program select knob to scroll between our different positions that we can have it stop on. By default, the mode is going to be set to free. Finally, the drive knob controls the amount of overdrive and simulates the preamplifier overdrive of a rotary speaker. So I hope that was helpful in giving you a little bit more context into how the organ section works when it comes to the B3 model and the B3 bass model, as well as some of the other features that we have within this organ section. If you have any questions with what I went over in this video, feel free to throw those down in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them. And if you want to know more about the Nord Stage 4, if you just picked it up, you're trying to learn it, my Nord Stage 4 Essentials course walks through in really quick lessons the basics of using every aspect of this keyboard when it comes to selecting sounds, building programs, using live mode, all of that. You want more details on that? Check that out again at my website, DSoundman.com, or the link in the description below. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay inspired and keep making that music.